Across the country, the battle rages on.
I don't think that this house can grow with us.
We're on the verge of divorce, aren't we?
No. One of you wants to stay.
The other is desperate to go.
I haven't moved house in over 10 years.
I have moved house recently because it was time to go.
If it doesn't work for you, then what are you doing in it?
Good luck. It's not going to happen. We love it. We're staying here.
I'm here to prove that with a bit of inspiration... Wow, here we are, look. There is no going back now. And a bit more effort.
You just want to get the sledgehammer out, don't you?
A little bit, yes. You could already be in your dream home.
Kirstie sounds more excited than anyone.
Whereas I'm spending my time more wisely, offering up the perfect property.
We had our wedding reception on that field there.
You know where we're going?
No.
That field there.
Without the need for demolition.
Compared to our house now, how much nicer does that look?
I'm not saying it.
It won't be easy.
Did I get you in the box?
No, I haven't got a box on. Stop saying box all the time. I genuinely don't know what the hell I'm going to do to improve this house.
Or straightforward.
So do you like this one so far?
No.
But we're here to help reunite the UK.
I don't think we should get too carried away, should we? Because they were...
Sorry, Phil, it's not deliberate.
It's close, at 3-2 to me, and I have a feeling this week's 70s home could be my undoing.
Your challenge is quite steep.
I think you may be right.
But I'm not resting on my laurels.
I wasn't expecting this.
Wow.
And I won't be taking it lying down.
If you wouldn't mind putting your head down, Graham, I'm so sorry.
To see who we can win over.
It's certainly pricked my interest. Yeah, it's got me thinking.
So they can reach a final decision.
Are you going to love it?
Or list it.
Today we're in wonderful Windsor, a historic town with a skyline fit for a queen.
So go on, I know you've got some Phil's pointless facts about Windsor, so hit me with them.
I have indeed, actually. Largest inhabited castle in the world.
Well, Windsor Castle is the largest inhabited castle in the world.
So they say.
Can you imagine if you got a letter from the Queen saying, I much enjoyed the show and learning Phil's pointless facts about Windsor?
I'm sure she'd come up with a lot more than I can.
You'll always be my king of trivia, Pip. But right now, another Windsor resident needs our kind of royal treatment. For Finance Director Graham Farrell, his 1970s home may be his crown jewels.
I'm for Team Love It, and what I love about this house is the location. Windsor's an amazing place. The fact that it's detached, that it's 4 good-sized bedrooms.
But his wife, teacher Nardeth, has deemed this house no longer grand enough.
I just want to move. It's time to move. The downstairs layout is one of the things that really annoys me the most because it's not working at the moment. Yeah.
Originally from Colombia, Nardeth asked a friend to help her find a room to rent while studying in London. Her friend called on Graham. Little did Nardeth know he would be her Prince Charming.
And at first I actually said no, And then a couple of weeks later, got another call saying, well, look, she's there now. She's actually quite desperate for somewhere to stay. Could she move in? I think I said that was in the October. I said, well, yeah, she can come and stay till Christmas. That was 16 years ago. Now we're happily married with a family.
When they bought this 4-bed house 11 years ago, it worked perfectly, particularly its location, which they both still love.
Cappuccino, please.
Cappuccino.
But since 5-year-old Holly joined them,
it's going to be hot.
it's become more pokey than palatial.
When she got a bit older and a lot more toys and stuff started to appear in the house, particularly downstairs.
As Holly's paraphernalia takes over, they're also finding the current layout just isn't family-friendly.
While I'm in the kitchen, I can't see her, I can't talk to her, I can't interact.
But I don't think it's beyond solving this issue.
I'm not sure Nardeth would agree, and she also hates that their kitchen at the front of the house gets the most sunlight and their family space at the back doesn't. Hard to believe on a midsummer's day like today, but come winter, it's gloomy.
The garden is north-facing, and the social part is at the back, where you don't get the lovely sunshine that the house gets in the front. So that's one thing that I can't change.
There's also no space to extend to the sides or into the limited garden. But getting Graham to move from Windsor, or indeed at all, will be far from easy.
We really love Windsor, but it would have to take, I think, a pretty special property for me to reconsider, and I just don't think, unfortunately, we have the budget for such a property.
And deciding whether or not to move out of Windsor is becoming a royal pain.
Yeah, it does cause some arguments between us, I think it's fair to say, and we need to get on and make a decision one way or other.
We hear you.
...1970s boxy type looking house.
And some new builds opposite, or some refurbed ones.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Kirstie. Nice to meet you.
Good morning.
Pleasure to meet you.
Hello, I'm fine.
Hello, hello, Phil. Come on in.
Thank you.
With the average 4-bed house in Windsor going for $750,000, I'm looking forward to putting up the old for sale sign.
Hold your horses. This prime property is a great asset in a rural neighbourhood. And after some of my renovation masterwork, it will be a great home.
So who wants to love, who wants to list?
I want to love.
I want to list. Yeah. I think it's not working at the moment.
So it's worked as a couple, it's worked as a family house.
For the first couple of years, and then Holly got bigger.
It tends to happen.
It does tend to happen.
Just looking around this room now, there's an awful lot of stuff in it.
That's what happens. The pressure builds on the downstairs.
Yes.
So all of your eating, sitting, watching television, social, everything happens in here.
This one, yeah.
I'm playing and
And the kitchen is...
there.
Yeah, it's through the 70s style serving hatch there.
Whether you go or stay, you have to make your environment work for you as a family.
Absolutely.
But you love the house and you feel it can be made
I
to
think
work.
you could make it work by opening up the downstairs more. I love the area. You know, Windsor, great park, so many things around. I don't see any reason why it couldn't be a forever home after that.
But it's not just the layout, is it? Not, as I said, it's not big enough.
Yeah, and exactly. And it's still north-facing. I'm forever looking at houses online anyway.
Time to do it.
Yeah, I think so.
No, I'm not convinced. I think you could still make this work.
I totally agree, Graham. And looking around, I'm pleasantly surprised there's actually over 500 square foot of floor space downstairs, not including the garage.
Well, it's bigger than I was expecting. But getting that light,
Yeah.
look at that. That's what we need. We need to get this light.
At the end of the day, it's OK, it's just not very exciting.
Small changes will make a big difference. Like turning this garage from a dumping ground into a useful space.
Why is everybody's garage just full of boxes? I'm going to have to utilise this space, turn it into a room. And this has all got to go somewhere. I think your challenge is quite steep.
Yeah, I think you may be right.
Many of us don't use our garages for their original purpose. Less than a quarter keep our cars in them, with many now offices or workshops or not through to create bigger kitchens or living spaces.
It's tough. You can fiddle with the layout, but you can't make this place any bigger.
I'm interested to see upstairs.
OK, I'm going to go out the back. Aeroplanes and a north-facing garden. Get them out of both of those issues in the blink of an eye.
With their house currently worth $575,000, over 200 grand more than they paid, Graham and Nardith are able to stretch their listed budget to a staggering 900 grand. So I'll be able to find them the garden, family-friendly layout and living space they're after.
But not in Windsor.
That's a significant change from this value, which means it's going to be a significantly better property than I'm going to show them. Happy days.
Happy days? They have to fork out a staggering 35 grand on stamp duty and almost 13,500 on moving costs and fees. a total of nearly 50 grand, which for finance director Graham must seem like wasted money. And upstairs there are 4 good-sized bedrooms.
This cheers me up.
There's more than enough room for the 3 of them upstairs, but it's not here that extra space is needed.
We set up our cameras to monitor how the guys use the house. And whilst the family spend an overwhelming 77% of their time whilst awake in the living dining room, they're only upstairs for a tiny 6%.
They don't want a playroom upstairs because it just becomes a storeroom, and they're right.
Yeah.
Then you knock through here, and you get much more light from the front coming through here. Yeah.
You just want to get the sledgehammer out, don't you?
You've hit the nail on the head, Phil, and with my love it budget of 50 grand, I'll have enough cash to sort out their layout and storage issues to maximise the space and lights.
Very good, Kirstie, but I'm seriously at an advantage with this one.
The writing's on the wall here. I'm going to be able to show them much nicer houses.
Don't be so smug with your big budget, Phil. They seem pretty wedded to Windsor, and you'll be hard-pushed to find what they want here, even with the best part of £1 million.
We've had a good look round.
Mm-hmm. And what did you think?
We can see the difficulties. We can see the difficulties.
Good.
I feel that you can do a lot, you can make real change, you can make it much easier to live in without spending a lot of money.
Whether it would ever be your forever home, even after those changes, I think is debatable. But can we just be a bit more specific on what it is that I'm looking for? Does it need to have 4 bedrooms?
No, 3 is fine.
What else? School, obviously important.
Good connections to work and family and things, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Particular styles that you like or don't like?
Housework, no, it's fine. It's
Come on, you can be more specific. I'm going on a big shopping expedition for you.
I wouldn't mind some period features, but...
And a slightly bigger garden,
garden
would be welcome as well for Holly. And,
yeah, bigger garden.
Yeah, and I suppose we've missed the main thing, which is the downstairs space, which is the whole thing.
Yeah,
so,
the whole
at
thing.
least 1 or 2 reception rooms or kitchen diner type thing.
I'm worried they've not really thought through their priorities yet. And although they know they need to move out of Windsor to get more bang for their buck, it doesn't mean they're going to like it.
Yep, good luck with that, Phil. Meanwhile, I'll get on with bringing light into their lives.
The house isn't big enough. It's done its job really well, but now's the time to move, and Nardeth sees that.
Well, I'm very excited about the process, and I think, Kirstie's going to come up with a lot of good ideas.
It's a 4-bedroom house, Phil, and there are 3 of them. How on earth can it not be big enough?
Phil, I'm sure, is going to find us all the solutions to our problems.
No, I'm not convinced. I think the answer lies here, and we don't need to look at other properties.
The prospect of moving does scare me a little bit. It was a very difficult process when we sold our old place and moved here. I also don't want to stretch ourselves too much financially.
It's been 11 years, it's time to move on.
In Windsor, teacher Nardeth and financial director Graham are split over loving or listing their top-heavy 4-bed house.
One of the strong selling points of this house is it's got 4 very good-sized bedrooms.
That space is more needed downstairs than upstairs.
A new layout for their 50 grand budget will be key in persuading Nardeth to love their 1970s home.
You knock through here, and you get much more light from the front coming through here.
As well as giving 5-year-old Holly more space for her toys and saving Graham the pain of moving out of Windsor.
Whilst Kirstie gets her sledgehammer out, I'm hoping that showing them houses with better space and layouts, worth around 300 grand more than their home, will bring Graham round to life outside Windsor.
On paper, this should be a pretty straightforward search. Nice big budget, £900,000, wide search area to cover. So I'm confident that I can show them bigger and better houses than they currently have. However, I've got a very brief and I'm not entirely sure what it is I'm looking for. But what troubles me most is I don't think they are either.
Pinning down their priorities is going to be key. With no more than an hour's commute for Graham and good schools as their only specific location conditions, I'm left with a rather large search area spanning Buckinghamshire and Berkshire. Needle and haystack, anyone? And that's not all. Graham dreads the thought of moving.
We only sold and bought once, and it was a stressful process.
I'm here to make it all easy and straightforward. All you have to say is list. I mean, that's...
Yes.
Then your work is done. Should we just talk through the priorities? Because I'm a little bit hazy.
Good living area, living space, bigger garden than the one we have. Yeah.
And for me, I think at least 3 good-sized bedrooms.
In terms of style, or is it the location more important?
I think the location, yeah.
I think location as well.
I'm still not sure we've really nailed their priorities. To help do just that, I'm taking them to 3 different houses at different budgets in different locations. My first is aimed at showing them life beyond Windsor. Maidenhead is an area they like and is just 7 miles from their hometown and about an hour's commute for Graham, just like he has now. This fantastic 4-bed house is on the market for around 850 grand, 50 under budget.
Very nice.
So it's a pretty handsome, detached Victorian house.
Yeah.
Nice enough street, close to schools, close enough to the station.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're ticking some boxes here, aren't we, Graham?
I think so, yeah. I can be open-minded, yeah.
He says that with a true face of a finance director. Come on, let's go in.
What I'm hoping to find out is whether they really are happy to leave Windsor, and whether it's the upstairs or downstairs that's key, because this option could be a no-brainer and an early bath for Team Listed.
Right, come on in, see what you make of this.
Wow.
With 2 reception rooms, the first a smart adult lounge, and the second a family space which flows into the contemporary kitchen diner and through bifolds onto a lovely garden. It gives them everything they don't have now.
Oh, wow.
It's very light and airy, it's good.
It is 85% bigger downstairs than yours is.
85%?
It's really, really nice.
It's got an east-facing garden. You're going to get the morning sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Happy with that?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Very nice.
Unlike their current house, the light floods into the family spaces, and there's plenty of room for Holly and her friends.
It's a very good kitchen.
Getting some ideas for the build.
Yes.
That's my boy, Graham.
Yep, anything you can do to help sell your house when you list it.
You have a look upstairs. Don't need me showing you around up there.
Thank you.
This knocks spots off their house every day of the week.
Upstairs, there are 4 bedrooms, 1 more than they'd asked for.
Oh, wow. That is really nice. Very bright. And it looks like you've got plenty of storage. Oh, that's an ensuite.
Ensuite. Oh, this is brilliant.
The 4th room is smaller than theirs, but the 2nd bedroom is perfect for Holly.
Beautiful, really nice.
And as it's their first house viewing in over 10 years, my priority is getting a clear idea of what it'll take for them to list.
How'd you get on upstairs?
2 very good-sized rooms, 1 smaller one. The 3rd one, it would do as a guest room. It's finding that right balance of the compromise, really, I think, isn't it, between up and down, so, yeah. But, yeah, the downstairs space is amazing.
Yeah.
Graham, has it made you reflect on your position on Team Love It?
It's certainly pricked my interest, yeah. It's got me thinking a little bit more about maybe being too blinkered about just staying.
And I'm only just warming up. By taking them to the top of their budget next, I'll be able to get them an upstairs that'll rip those blinkers right off.
We'll see about that, Phil, as back at their house, I'm not going to take this one lying down.
This is a 4-bed house with a downstairs loo, a large sitting room and a separate kitchen, plus a garage. I am not just accepting that this is too small for a family of 3.
With no space to extend, it's all about rejigging the ground floor layout, where our cameras showed they spend 90% of their time. I need to get Nardeth to buy into my plans that will mean they can all be together as a family.
What we've got here might not be what you anticipated.
OK.
But the kitchen is there.
OK.
With their 50 grand budget, I think they should move the kitchen from the small room at the front to the back, where they can also have a dining table and family area. Insulating the garage and turning it into a storage cum utility room frees the open-plan family space from Holly's toys and noisy appliances. The old kitchen will become a cosy adult snug, and hopefully by knocking down the existing wall, this will allow more light to flow in from the front window through to the back of the house.
Would you make this window bigger to let in more light? Or?
No, I think the thing about that window is just to not have a blind on it. The second you pull it up, the light floods in.
Yeah.
But I think the key is to make the garage somewhere everybody feels confident about utilising.
I'm very surprised. It's totally different to what I expected, which is good.
I think it's wonderful. I really do. Yeah.
Sounds really exciting. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Phil's up against it here.
Yeah,
That's
oh,
for
well,
sure.
I hope so. Said it once, I've said it twice, and I'll say it a third time. 4 beds, a downstairs loo and a garage is enough for anybody, and I'm determined to prove that.
It looks good and it's kind of what we need, but we'll see.
4 months later, Nardeth and Graham have signed up to my whole plan. They had a few issues finding contractors, but now they've already stripped downstairs, taken down the old Artex ceiling and the kitchen wall.
Yeah, they're really cracking on with it. We're very happy with the way it's progressing, and yeah, the first few days, great progress, really is very good.
Early days, though. We moved all the ground floor stuff, and that's the whole house, basically. That was a bit stressful.
Because we're living upstairs and in a confined space, and I've got a few more grey hairs than I had 6 weeks ago, let's put it that way.
Well worth it, though, Graham, to stay in the house you want Nardeth to love.
You're still listed. I still love it.
My work here has only just begun.
But will it be good enough, Kirstie? As my next house could very well have Graham packing his bags before the day is done.
Nardeth, now the wall's down, is it going to be big enough?
Oh, I don't think so, no. No,
The right answer.
Especially the lounge.
That part of it we're not going to use as often as we did in the old layout, I suppose, because we're now going to have the kitchen
so
diner.
Kirstie's actually making it worse?
No. The family kitchen diner is going to be the heart of the home.
We're going to have a good day today. Yeah. I can feel it in my bones.
And those very bones have told me to take them to the fantastic village of Burnham, only 15 minutes from Graham's beloved Windsor. Burnham is a real gem, jam-packed with shops, pubs, eateries and greenery. Not forgetting a direct train link to London and superb schools.
Really nice. Oh, need the corner one.
I've brought them here to show what they can get for their £900,000. A rather scary figure, especially for this couple who've not bought a house in over a decade. I want to test whether they really do want to max out on their budget.
Wow.
First impressions.
Very good. It's impressive.
It's a very nice setting because you've got the village feel, but you're not that far from a town. It's well connected, station, motorways, I think. Yeah. And it ticks those boxes, that's for sure. Yeah.
Good. Well, I aim to please. Come and see what it's like inside.
With the last house falling slightly short upstairs for Nardeth and Graham, I'm hoping to suss out from this 5-bedroom home, with its 2 bathrooms, 2 shower rooms, a utility, a family room and a games room, is whether size or location matters more.
Dining room to the front, big living room.
Wow, goes back, doesn't it? Yeah.
And then through to an enormous kitchen.
Oh,
Oh, unbelievable!
this
Look
is
at that.
really nice.
It's a big house. It's kind of your house on steroids, a bit. It's actually twice as big.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. This is on budget, or it's just under 900,000.
It does tick a lot of the boxes that we asked, I think.
Hear that, Kirstie?
Yeah, but it's not just a box-ticking exercise.
It does. Again, give me some ideas for our build as much as anything.
Oh, Graham, it's like a scratched record going out with him, isn't it?
And it's my kind of song.
But it's upstairs, which is really going to blow their socks off.
This is the master.
Oh, wow.
With its ensuite, separate bath and shower. I think it's a great house, I do, as a house. But if we're struggling to pinpoint the priorities, and I think we are,
We probably are, yeah.
would it make your decision to list it easier to take if you were presented with a house that wasn't at 900, say it was at 750 or 825 or...
Yeah, clearly it gives you that little bit of breathing space.
Then let's reduce the budget.
That would help. And, as you say, maybe direct us to the priorities.
Why don't you have a squiz round?
Yep.
And I shall put my thinking cap on.
OK.
Thank you.
So my plan has worked. They need to see all budgets before they can make the call to list.
Wow. It's another house up here.
It almost feels too big
Yeah,
for,
maybe
for what we're after, just for the three of us, really.
we'd get lost here.
First too small, now too big. Sound familiar? They know this isn't quite right, but the question is, what is? Best I update Kirstles.
We wouldn't get a house of this size that ticked as many of the boxes in Windsor right now for the budget that we have.
So it turns out bigger isn't always better.
And maybe that leads us more and more to staying where we are and loving it.
Could be news to her.
Kirstie and I can absolutely convince Nardif to stay.
It's better to move on, find a house that ticks some boxes.
In Windsor, Nardeth and Graham are still at odds over whether their family of three need a better layout to love the home they're in.
Sounds really exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, Phil's up against it here.
Yeah,
That's
oh,
for
well,
sure.
I hope so.
Or whether they need more space and should list.
Oh, unbelievable,
This
look
is
at that.
really nice.
My first house may have been too small upstairs,
It's finding that right balance between up and down.
and the second house too big.
We'd get lost here.
So my next one has to be just right.
Exactly like Nardeth and Graham's house will be when I'm done. And mine's in Windsor, something you can't give them. With the build now underway, I'm back to check how they're getting on.
Wow, look at this. You know, when people say to me, why are you so keen on knocking down walls? Why wouldn't you be?
Now that I can see the spaces for the new snug area at the front and the kitchen diner family room at the back, I've come up with rather a controversial idea.
So this is all going to be kitchen, all here. I think there's a plan for there to be an island here, and I really want to give that a bit of a boot.
Nardeth and Graham have stuck to my plans so far, but not having an island is a bold idea.
Now here is the kitchen layout.
Yes.
My feeling is that there isn't actually any need for that.
But is there enough preparation space there?
So that is your preparation space with your hob in the middle.
If we have the oven underneath.
If you have the oven underneath,
Yeah.
you can have your kitchen built, you can have your sofa, you can have your existing table, and if after a month or two you turn around and say, I never wanted to stay in this house anyway, I'm having to stay in it because of what Kirstie did, I haven't got enough flaming preparation space, I want an island. You can do that.
You can add it later, yeah.
Nardeth and Graham wanted a family space to be with Holly. But with an island and almost 5 foot of dining table, there might not be enough room for the sofa area at the end. But I have a well-trusted trick to prove it.
Graham, how tall are you?
I'm just 5'11".
So it's not as long as Graham.
The table? No.
Yeah, Graham.
You want me to lie down?
I want you to lie down on the floor. I'm so sorry. You wouldn't mind putting your head down, Graham? I'm so sorry. Right. So that's interesting. So basically, Graham is a table and 1 chair. He's not a table and 2 chairs. But he's already a long way away from the kitchen services.
And most importantly, without an island, there's room for a sofa play space. It's always worth double-checking plans during your build. As soon as you can stand in your new space, make sure the design is still right, whilst you've got time to tweak. Another worry is what size of sofa will fit in the new snug, just off this space at the front of the house. Tape measure time again.
Here, you've got your sofa, basically.
Yes.
That's 240 to there. Yeah, 240. We can't go any bigger.
But that's still a good enough
That's
size.
okay, but I'm more worried about the depth, the width.
Yes, but the whole thing is going to be super cosy.
Working to specific measurements can be difficult. Searching online first helps, but before they buy, I'm making sure Nardeth and Graham try a few sofas out.
They say that shape is as important as size. But no, I have not turned into Phil Spencer. I'm talking about sofas. Rectangular ones are still the most popular, but increasingly we're using L-shaped sofas to divide open plan spaces.
We spend hours and hours on our sofas, so trust me, it's important to get it right.
It's not for everybody, mustard yellow, but you can put all sorts of different colours on it. Have you ever had a yellow shoe? It's a very good neutral shoe. Yellow is no, I can't. I'm not going to sell it on the yellow. Yellow shoe.
Don't worry, Nardeth, I'm lost too.
But that kind of sofa, not only is it flat-backed, but it's also, you're maxing out your amount of seat. Unlike other sofas where you've got this kind of wasted side bit.
Mm-hmm.
3 people.
Yeah, it's a good comfortable.
They're like, yeah, it's good.
It's a good size.
It's very stylish.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'd be doing.
That's the way you would.
It can't be this easy to pick a sofa.
Especially as research last year claimed that some of us spend 3 times longer choosing a sofa than a new home. Next time you're choosing one, consider your layout, lifestyle and look of your room, and the support you need as well. Oh, and make sure it'll fit through the door.
That's the kind of style I'd envisaged a bit more, actually.
Yeah.
You've got 20 cms there before you get a seat. So that's 40 centimetres less of bottom space.
Yeah.
Sitting.
But the aesthetics are important, obviously.
This year, the trends are for richer tones and luxury fabrics like velvet. But grey is still a firm favourite. And as L shapes are perfect for making the most of your corners, they're not going anywhere anytime soon. If you've little ones knocking around, I'd go for fabrics like leather, microfiber or wool. Whilst not 100% childproof, they're pretty stain and toddler resistant.
Lots to think about from that.
Yeah, very useful.
I didn't realise it was so complicated buying a sofa, I really didn't.
I'm not sure I've shown them the one, but I'm certainly getting Graham invested in thinking about the space, which is part of my plan to help win Nardeth's heart. Back at the build, the underfloor heating and new wooden floor is now down, and the kitchen is being fitted.
Ah, but my final property, to quote Goldilocks, is just right.
Given, you know, the space that you're getting at home, and we've seen a few houses together, is it helping?
It's made me realise that, you know, there is obviously more out there, and we're lucky enough to have the budget that we do, and
yes,
perhaps we can get a little bit more than we thought.
Good. Music to our ears.
I still haven't abandoned my team.
No, I understand. It's just moving in the right direction, that's all.
Getting there.
With location clearly a priority, and as Windsor is out in terms of criteria and budget, I'm taking them to the stunning village of South Ascot, just down the hill from the world-famous racecourse. Here they're spoilt for choice with bars, shops and restaurants. And the train station and good schools are nearby.
Wow.
How about that?
That's impressive. Huh?
The average 4-bed in the Ascot area is just under £1 million. To show them what they can expect in a pricey postcode and just 20 minutes away from Windsor, this Victorian semi is 800 grand, 100 under budget, which I'm hoping will help pin down their priorities.
How does Ascot sit with you?
The commute is equally as good from here, so yeah, and you're still in the green spaces and everything.
A great park, Savile Gardens, is all within reach. Yeah.
It's got a space where you need it, that's the key thing. Come on in.
There's a stunning double reception to the front, then a smart kitchen diner at the back.
Oh,
nice. It's good.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
It is very smart, yeah.
Yeah.
It's yours for a snip at £800,000.
Okay.
It's 20% bigger than yours is.
It's the layout, isn't it, that works and flows a bit better, I think. I like it a lot.
And you've got this space leading into the outdoors as well. So.
Why don't you have a look around the first floor?
Yeah.
And I'll meet you at the top.
Oh.
Sounds good. OK.
A good reaction so far, but not quite the excited one I was looking for. On the first floor, there were 3 beautiful bedrooms.
Oh, wow.
Oh, this is the
nice.
master, is it? Oh, yeah.
It's good size, isn't it?
What's in here, then? That must be ensuite, is it? Yeah.
So look. Oh, wow. This is nice. Good size.
I like it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's very light as well. So.
But I've saved the best room for last.
Oh, wow. So this is the master, then.
Oh.
That was just a spare.
Oh, no. Wow.
That is stunning, isn't it?
This is walking wardrobes towards... Oh, no way.
Towards a lovely ensuite, yeah. I wasn't expecting this.
Wow. This is
Pleasant
amazing.
surprise at the top of the house.
How about this, then?
That's amazing.
Hopefully I proved to you both there are options out there, good options.
Very good option.
Do you feel now closer to really focusing on the priorities?
I think we would probably have narrowed our priorities now.
I think it has opened our minds to other locations as well.
So you'll do the right thing at the end, won't you, Graham?
We'll see.
Come on.
We'll
you
see.
know what they say? Happy wife, happy life, less strife.
Indeed.
I've shown them different options in different areas at different price points, but they've liked them all. So I like to imagine that I have proved to them that listing is the best option and it's the best team to be on.
Au contraire, mon ami. Just wait till I've finished with their home. Where they'll have everything they need here in Windsor. The lyrics say it all.
You reckon you got this in the bag, don't you?
I know I showed them good houses. I know I made them think about it, and I like to think that they'll do the right thing. It's a big day for me, this.
Yeah.
I've been
How much money have you paid them?
Nothing yet.
You're not above slipping them a quick bribe.
How very dare you? Anyway, I'm hoping there's no need.
Yes, it's crunch time in Windsor for Nardeth and Graham as they make a decision on a dilemma that's been plaguing them for years. Will they love or list their 4-bed 1970s home?
We need to get on
I think we needed
make
to
a
get to
decision
this
one
point.
way or other.
Before we answered their call for help 6 months ago, Graham was set on staying in their house in his beloved Windsor.
I love the size of the property, the fact that it's detached, that it's 4 good-sized bedrooms.
And Nardeth was all ready to go.
I just want to move. It's time to move.
Nothing could change the north-facing garden, but 50 grand gave me a chance to transform the family-unfriendly layout and make the most of the light for Nardeth.
Wow, look at this.
And with 3 incredible homes, I've proved that Graham would be spoilt for choice with their 900 grand budget, if only he could be tempted away from Windsor.
I wasn't expecting this.
Wow.
But you're up against the results of my master plan, which is now complete. All that's left is to decide whether to up sticks or stay put.
Right, it's nice to be alive.
Well, after my driving?
Yes.
It's nice to be here. Feeling quite chipper about this.
Hello.
And chipper is exactly how I'm feeling now my plans come to life. Gone is the dated kitchen and cluttered living dining room. By moving the kitchen to the back of the house and by taking down the dividing wall, they now have a lighter and more spacious family-friendly room where they can all be together.
So, Phil, you probably don't even remember, do you?
Yes, the kitchen was round there,
Kitchen
and
was-
this
and
was
this
the
was-
living room. I mean, this works absolutely beautifully. Big family space, big
Yes.
social space.
It's absolutely what we wanted, yeah.
Yeah. And a very nice kitchen, actually.
By decluttering the ram to the rafters garage, they've now got storage space for Holly's toys and a proper utility area, freeing their kitchen from the bigger appliances.
Without question, it's a much nicer place to have the kitchen in the house.
Yeah, it is.
At the
it
back
is.
here.
Yes, and we can now utilise that door because that previously had a sofa all the way across it and was a dead space. So now in the summer,
Yes, I mean, in the summer,
flow
this
in and
will
out
be
of both
open.
doors
Yeah.
now. So yeah.
I'm so pleased to see they've ditched the island like I suggested. It may well have made what's now a bright, open, airy space feel a bit cramped.
And I think we have solved the light issue with various tricks. And I
You've
don't know
made
if
it sunnier.
You've made it sunnier.
God.
Yeah. The paint, magic paint.
Magic.
Yes,
No, it does feel really considerably lighter.
There is less clutter in here, and that creates the illusion
Yes.
of space.
And
Will
the
there still be
process-
less clutter in a month's time?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, you won't be here, so it doesn't, I suppose it's irrelevant.
No.
The fat lady hasn't sung yet, Phil. And with the old 70s serving hatch and the tired kitchen out of the way, now the cosy snug works perfectly in the new open space, so Nardeth may well have grown to love her home.
Snug is certainly the word for it.
Ah, right, yes.
Look. Sit down. Don't, no.
It's a bit close.
Phil, the telly is the perfect distance. The telly is absolutely the perfect distance. And don't sit right squashed up next to me. Look, OK, Nardeth, Graham, you could join us on the sofa.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we are. Because there's enough room.
Comfortably get 4.
Did you consider actually leaving a wall there?
No, the very, very important thing was to get this light through. And actually, the sun, in a very obliging way, has just come
Out in time.
Having no blinds makes such a difference. But Graham and Nardeth also decided to make the window bigger to help let even more light in. A great choice, but an extra cost. So they'll be looking at adding a new sofa once they've made their final decision.
Do you feel prouder of it now?
Yes. We really put everything into it. We went for it, and we did it all the right way, basically. Yeah.
They even came in under budget at £48,500.
A little bit extra to put towards their deposit.
How did it feel coming back here, particularly after that last viewing in South Ascot?
Yeah, you found yourself all the time benchmarking against that third property, I think. You know, is the kitchen the same? Is the layout the same? The upstairs?
It was a surprise because from the outside you would never imagine that house being that big and that had so much potential, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't judge a book by its cover. Look at Phil, neat outside. God knows what's going on inside.
Well, it all boils down to the heart of the matter, the big question.
Are you going to love it?
Or list it.
I better let you answer.
I think we are gonna list it.
Phew. Well, obviously, I'm particularly delighted, but we are both delighted for
Yeah, it was the right gamble to do the work and to attempt to make it work for you.
Yeah.
It took us only 11 years to get to this point. Only.
We needed that push and we finally got it.
We needed to go and see what's there, and that taught us so much.
Do you think you'll focus your search on Windsor?
Definitely.
I think get that.
Yeah. We'll have to compromise a lot.
But Windsor is important to us. I think we've realised that.
Brilliant. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Not you.
No, I'm happy. I think it's the right decision, and I'm absolutely on board with it. You see, that's Phil's problem. You see, it's a win-win for me. It always is.
But it's an actual win for me, Kirstie, which brings us neck and neck again at 3-all.
Does it? Enjoy it while it lasts.
I'm looking forward to getting the house we really want and need, especially need at this stage of our lives.
Congratulations, Phil. Well done, you. You nailed it. Cheers.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Great
so
result.
well. Why did you stop?
Great result. Fantastic. I don't know why you don't get more wins, given you're so good at this. Every house should be listed.
OK, that's enough, that's enough. Cheers.
The viewing really made the difference, and it really opened my eyes to, you know, how much we could get for our money.
As this is a rare, rare event, we should celebrate it and really go for it.
So, according to Phil, it's all square at 3-3 in the series. Next time, it's the decider and my biggest budget to date.
£100,000 is not going to touch the size as it disappears.
As we go head-to-head once more.
You cheered up yet?
No, what have I got to be cheered up about?
But will it end up a bit of a dog's dinner?
The thing about this house is you're polishing a turd here.
Yep.
Or good old-fashioned puppy love.
This is excellent. This is absolutely stunning.
We're blown away, to be honest.